Jack sat at the kitchen table, absent-mindedly stirring his coffee, his mind racing through the events of the past few months. He and his wife, Emily, had been meticulously planning their dream vacation to Hawaii. It was a trip they had both yearned for since they got married 5 years ago. They had saved up, booked everything from scenic helicopter rides over the islands to romantic dinners on the beach, and even packed their bags ahead of time. Jack's workplace had been particularly stressful lately, with several big projects demanding his constant attention. Emily, a nurse, had been working extra shifts at the hospital, especially through the challenging flu season. This vacation was not just a luxury, it was a necessity for their mental and emotional well-being. Both of them needed a break, a chance to reconnect and rejuvenate. Just 2 days before their departure, Jack received a call from his sister, Susan. She sounded excited, but her words hit him like a ton of bricks. "Jack, I just wanted to remind you that Mum's 70th birthday is next week. We're planning a surprise party for her on Saturday," she said. Jack's heart sank. He had completely forgotten about the birthday and the excitement of the trip. Their departure date coincided with the day of the party. Torn between his dream vacation and his mother's milestone birthday, Jack felt a wave of guilt wash over him. His mother, who had always been there for him, deserved to have her special day celebrated by all her children. Taking a deep breath, Jack walked into the living room where Emily was sitting on the couch, surrounded by travel brochures and itineraries. She looked up and smiled at him, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Can you believe we're finally going to Hawaii?" she said. Jack sat down next to her, his heart heavy. "Emily, we need to talk," he said softly. He explained the situation, expecting disappointment or frustration from her. Emily listened carefully, her expression thoughtful. When Jack finished, she was silent for a moment. Then she smiled gently and said, "Jack, your Mum's birthday is more important. We can always reschedule our trip, but we can't get back a milestone birthday like this. Let's cancel the trip and be there for her." Jack was stunned by her immediate and selfless response. "Are you sure? We've been looking forward to this for so long," he said, still processing her reaction. Emily nodded. "Absolutely. Family comes first. Besides, seeing your mum happy and surprised will be worth it." Jack felt a rush of gratitude and love for Emily. He knew she was right, but hearing her say it so willingly made him realize once again how lucky he was to have her in his life. The next morning, Jack called the travel agency to cancel their trip. There was a hefty cancellation fee, but it felt like a small price to pay. He then called Susan to inform her of their change in plans. "We'll be there for Mum's birthday," he said, and he could hear the relief in Susan's voice. As the week went by, Jack and Emily threw themselves into preparing for the party. They helped Susan decorate their mother's house with balloons, streamers, and a banner that read, "Happy 70th Birthday." The kitchen was filled with the delicious aroma of homemade food, and the living room buzzed with the excitement of friends and family who had come to celebrate. Jack's mother, Margaret, was a beloved figure in the community. Known for her warm heart and generous spirit, she had spent her life helping others. As a retired school teacher, she still volunteered at the local library and organised community events. Her birthday was not just a family affair, it was a celebration for everyone whose lives she had touched. On the day of the party, the house was a flurry of activity. Jack and Emily arrived early to help with the preparations. The front yard was decorated with fairy lights and lanterns, and a large tent had been set up to accommodate the guests. The dining table was laden with an array of dishes, from classic family recipes to gourmet treats that Susan and Emily had spent hours preparing. As the guests started to arrive, the house filled with laughter and chatter. Old friends, former students, neighbours and relatives all came together to celebrate Margaret's milestone birthday. There was a palpable sense of joy and anticipation in the air. When their mum walked in and saw everyone, her eyes welled up with tears of joy. She was speechless when she saw Jack and Emily. "I thought you two were going to Hawaii," she exclaimed. Jack hugged her tightly. "We couldn't miss your birthday, Mum. Happy 70th. Emily joined the hug, and their mum pulled her in close. "Thank you, Emily. This means so much to me." Emily smiled warmly. "There's nowhere else we'd rather be." The party was a huge success, filled with laughter, stories, and heartfelt toasts. Margaret's friends and family took turns sharing their favourite memories of her, each story painting a picture of a life well lived and a woman deeply loved. There were tears and laughter as tales of Margaret's kindness, wisdom, and occasional mischief were recounted. As the evening wore on, a slideshow of old photographs was projected onto a screen, taking everyone on a nostalgic journey through the decades. Pictures of a young Margaret with her siblings, her wedding day, family vacations, and candid moments from various celebrations brought smiles and sentimental sighs. Jack and Emily felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing they had made the right decision. Their dream vacation could wait, but moments like these were irreplaceable. They watched as Margaret danced with her grandchildren, her face glowing with happiness. The children adored their grandmother, and seeing them together was a poignant reminder of the importance of family bonds. Later that evening, after the guests had left and the house was quiet, Jack and Emily sat with his mother in the living room. She looked at them with gratitude and love. "You have no idea how much this means to me," she said softly. "This is the best birthday I've ever had." Jack squeezed her hand. "We're glad we could be here to celebrate with you, Mum." Emily nodded. "We're so happy we could share this day with you." As they drove home that night, Jack took Emily's hand. "Thank you for understanding and being so supportive. You truly stunned me with your answer." Emily squeezed his hand. "We're a team, Jack, and sometimes the best adventures are the ones we share with the people we love the most." Jack smiled, feeling grateful for his wife's unwavering support and love. He knew they would eventually make it to Hawaii, but for now he cherished the memory of his mother's joy and the love that surrounded them. The following weeks were a blur of daily routines, but something had changed. The decision to cancel their trip and the subsequent joy of celebrating Margaret's birthday had brought Jack and Emily even closer. They made a conscious effort to spend more time with family, organising impromptu barbecues and Sunday dinners. As winter turned to spring, Jack received a call from the travel agency. "Mr. Turner, we have a great offer for you. How about rescheduling that Hawaii trip?" the cheerful agent asked. Jack smiled. "You know what? That sounds perfect. Let's do it." This time, when they boarded the plane, Jack and Emily felt a deeper connection and appreciation for the journey they were about to embark on. As they looked out of the window, watching the clouds drift by, they knew that they had made the right decision months ago. Hawaii was everything they dreamed of and more. They explored the lush landscapes, swam in the crystal clear waters, and enjoyed those romantic dinners on the beach. They hiked through verdant rainforests, snorkeled in vibrant coral reefs, and even took that much-anticipated helicopter ride over the islands, marvelling at the stunning volcanic landscapes and hidden waterfalls. But as they lay under the stars on their last night, Jack turned to Emily and said, "You know, this trip is amazing, but the best part was seeing Mum's face at her party. That's a memory I'll treasure forever." Emily nodded, resting her head on his shoulder. "Me too, Jack. Me too." Returning home, they were greeted by a happy Margaret, who eagerly listened to their stories and admired their photographs. Jack and Emily's decision to put family first had not only enriched their relationship, but had also strengthened the bond with their loved ones. In the years that followed, they often looked back on those pivotal moments, the phone call from Susan, the decision to cancel the trip, the unforgettable party, and realised that it had taught them a valuable lesson. Life's greatest adventures aren't always about the places we go, but the people we share them with. As they continued to navigate the challenges and joys of life together, Jack and Emily held onto the understanding that family and love were the true treasures of their journey. And with that knowledge, they faced each new day with hearts full of gratitude and eyes open to the beauty of the everyday moments they shared. Jack and Emily had meticulously planned their dream vacation to Hawaii, a trip they had been looking forward to for years. But just days before their departure, Jack receives a call that reminds him of his mother's 70th birthday, coinciding with their departure date. Torn between their long-awaited holiday and celebrating a milestone birthday, Jack faces a dilemma that threatens to dampen their excitement. Emily's unexpected and selfless response to cancel the trip in favour of attending the birthday party surprises everyone, especially Jack. Together they navigate the joy and fulfilment of putting family first, discovering that the greatest adventures in life are often